let's talk some O line, Mitch. Let's take a few minutes.
Let's go.
Some offensive line. And let's go back to last year, right? Daniels. What is he? And look, everyone out there, we understand they don't have on equipment. We understand that, right? But there are other things, are you learning the protections? Like, what does the kick step look like? Are they moving well? Are they hips moving well? What is he looking like his second year? Is he healthy? Like, what's going on with him?
Yeah, he's healthy. He's on the field. What's he looking like? He's looking like a practice squad player. I mean, I don't want to be too hard on the kid because he's been through a lot-ish in his short time. But, he's somebody that the previous regime drafted that they were hoping to develop. Kind of made up an injury last year to get him on IR for the year.
Yeah, so I believe that. I've said that multiple times.
And now he's practicing with the third string, but he's lining up at left tackle when David and Woo Woo is lining up at right tackle. And Woo Woo, for those that don't know, was a UDFA that they brought in this year. He's not getting really meaningful snaps. I don't know. I don't want if you look reasonably at this roster. Right, you got the five starters who are going to make the roster. You have Brandon Coleman and probably Trent Scott as your backup tackles. That's 7. You're going to have Michael Dieter and most likely Ricky Stromberg. That's 9. And then maybe there's one more player that makes it since London Fletcher retired. Is that John Allen, Chase Young, Dwayne Haskins. These guys were, because of their draft status, were asked to step in and be leaders of this football team. And honestly, none of those 3 guys are, particularly vocal leaders. And that was part of the problem with the makeup of the roster, was that there weren't guys that had been there and done that before. Everyone had come up through the Commanders, Redskins, Washington football team, world. And so, I think John Allen did an admirable job of trying to step up and be that vocal leader. But at some point, the players know. We always say, whether it's a starting quarterback or whatever, the locker room knows. And they know that you're not really that, vocal leader. You're not really, bringing it, like guys can kind of tune that out and you don't really get that player leadership that you need. And so I love this for Jayden Daniels, that he can step in, and they have, on the offensive side of the ball, guys like Zach Ertz or Austin Eckler. On the defensive side of the ball, obviously everyone knows Bobby Wagner. So he doesn't have to step in and be, the rah-rah leader right away. He can get his feet wet, get comfortable in the NFL, get comfortable leading the offense. And I think he'll evolve into, the leader that we all think of when we think of, starting quarterbacks. But I'm super high on Jayden. I think he's going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year this year. I think he's going to have a really good season. And I don't think the NFC East is ready for the offense the Commanders are going to put on the field, because it's been so pathetic for so long that any kind of explosiveness they show is going to be good to see.